everyone, welcome back to the Makeup Chair. For today's Monday makeup lesson, we are on chapter 3 of my book, which is talking all about foundations. There's so many different aspects to choosing the right foundation. I go in depth in the book, so definitely check that out. Today I'm just going to focus on my favorite drugstore foundations and the ones that I would recommend for people, because when you go to the higher end stores, they do the test for you, but when you're in the drugstore, you're kind of overwhelmed with everything. It can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite drugstore foundations. So starting off with dry skin, the main thing that we want for dry skin is something long lasting, because dry skin tends to absorb makeup and it tends to go a little bit patchy. We also want something comfortable with a dewy finish that's easy to glide over the skin. That's why I'm a massive fan of the new Infallible 24 Hours by L'Oreal. It's very similar to the True Match, but it just has that little bit of kind of oomph and creaminess to it. It really glides over the skin so beautifully. It also has properties in it that's supposed to give it a more comfortable feel for the skin, and the shade range is pretty good too. I use the 120 Vanilla, which has more of a yellow tone, but they also have neutral and pink tone foundations available in this range. And it's also available in a matte finish, so make sure that you pick up the right one for your skin type. This is better for people with the oilier skin types. It's great coverage, very heavy full coverage, but it can be sheared out if you want to by using a damp sponge. You can still set it with powder if you want that super matte finish, but it just gives you that natural finish while controlling the oils at the same time. Moving on to combination skin, and these foundations actually work for everybody. So starting off with the True Match Liquid, this is one that I've been using for absolute years, and out of all of the foundations in all the land of drugstore, this has the best shade range available. And it also comes in a liquid, cream and powder form. The liquid version, this is the one I've been using for years. The shade range is fantastic, the coverage is fantastic, it's buildable, it's a very liquidy foundation, so it literally is like applying water to your skin, but with a lot of coverage in it. If you want full coverage, especially with a matte finish, you can try the True Match Genius in the compact. So this basically has your primer, your foundation, your concealer and powder all in one. It's very full coverage. It basically feels like you're wearing like concealer all over your face, so it can feel a little bit heavier, but if you need a lot of heavy coverage, then this is going to be your friend. This is what me and my mom call magic powder. This is the L'Oreal True Match in the powder. So it's a loose powder foundation that can be buffed all over the skin to set your makeup if you need to, or just use by itself. I love this stuff. This is taking your foundation from daytime to nighttime in 2 seconds. It's amazing coverage. It's very heavy or it's very sheer depending on how big of a brush you use to apply it. I love this so much that if they discontinued this product, I would probably cry, because I cannot do without it. Even though it's a little bit dark for me, which I have to admit is, even the lightest shade is too dark, I love it so much. I cannot be without it. I have it in about 8 different ones in my makeup kit, because instead of using a setting powder, I'll just use this. Probably noticed that all these foundations happen to be by L'Oreal. I just know L'Oreal so well because I've been using them for years. I can literally just look at a client and say, you're an Infallible, you're a True Matcher. I just kind of work with it. That's just what I know. But there's also amazing brands like Bourjois, Rimmel, Revlon, Maybelline. They all have fantastic foundations. I'm just a massive fan of L'Oreal, so I'm just going to stick to that. But definitely leave a comment with your favorite foundations, and also include your skin type, undertone, and what shade that you actually use. So I'll see you guys on Friday, but next Monday makeup lesson we're going to talk about how to choose the right brush to go along with your skin type and the foundation that you're using. So I'll see you guys on Friday and then Monday, and I'll talk to you then. Bye guys. Pore minimizer, but then I have kind of a little bit dryness on the rest of my skin, and it can look a little bit dull sometimes. Most women, we actually have it around our noses for hormonal reasons. You can use a concealer brush, your fingers, or a damp sponge. I find your fingers is great because it melts